They told you the world has evolved, that we've become more civilized, more advanced, more free. But if that's true, why does it still feel like someone else owns your life? Why do you work harder than ever, yet feel more trapped than your ancestors ever were? Because the system didn't free you. It just got smarter. Once, control required chains. Today, it only needs a contract. Once, kings ruled with armies. Now, banks rule with numbers. And the world applauds this progress, because the prison is invisible. We're living in an age of false freedom, where every choice feels like it's yours, but every outcome is already priced in. They told you to chase success. And you did. You studied, you worked, you climbed, but the ladder never seems to end, because every step up just feeds the same machine. Debt became normal. Rent became a lifestyle. Ownership became a luxury. And the dream became the leash. Modern wealth is a mirage, like gold dust floating over quicksand. Every car, every house, every vacation paid for on credit. It's the illusion of progress, hiding the truth. We're not advancing, we're just accelerating toward exhaustion. The world doesn't really run on money. It runs on belief, a belief that is fragile, emotional, and often blind. As long as people believe in the system, the machine keeps turning. But belief can die in an instant. One crash, one panic, one rumorand. The entire empire trembles. When that happens, those who built nothing of real value lose everything. But those who build the illusion, they simply rebuild another one. History repeats itself, not because we forget, but because we refuse to see who's holding the pen. The financial system isn't broken. It's perfect. It's perfectly designed to extract, to exhaust, and to enslave all, while making you feel like you're winning. Think about your daily routine. You wake up, you work, you pay, you scroll. You chase goals you didn't choose, to buy things you don't need, to impress people you don't even like, and all of it. It just keeps the gears of the machine spinning. You are told that hard work equals freedom, but look around. Everyone's working. Is anyone truly free? The brutal truth is this. You can outwork a game that was designed from the start to keep you tired. You can only outthink it. Real freedom doesn't come from earning more money. It comes from needing less. The system sells you comfort, because comfort kills rebellion. It keeps you soft, distracted, and compliant. You can break free if you read to entertain to even notice the cage you're in. Every time the world feels richer, it's actually more indebted. Every time the news announces record growth, it's just another way of saying record dependency. And when the music finally stops, they'll say, no one saw it coming. But you will. Because you're watching this right now. The greatest illusion of the 21st century isn't digital. It's psychological. People don't live in reality anymore. They live in narratives. Economic stories built to keep them calm. Political stories built to keep them divided. Financial stories built to keep them hopeful. And the moment you begin to question those stories, you stop being profitable. That's why they call it pessimism B, cause clarity doesn't T-cell, as well as hope. But the truth doesn't care if it's convenient. The truth doesn't care if it hurts. It, ghost, waits. And when it finally arrives, it has a tendency to burn down everything built on lies. Maybe that's what's coming next, not another crash, but a collective awakening. A slow collapse of illusion. A moment when people realize their money isn't wealth. Their jobs aren't freedom. And their comfort isn't happiness. That's when everything changes. You can't reform a system built on deception. You can only outgrow it. And that's why awareness is so dangerous to the status quo. It's contagious. Once you see the cage, you can't unsee it. So ask yourself, when you wake up tomorrow, will you continue to serve the system? Or will you start planning your escape? Because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. Not governance, not markets, not technology. They all depend on you staying asleep. The only revolution that matters now is the one that happens in your mind. It's when you realize that real wealth isn't luxury, it's leverage. Not the kind the rich use to multiply money, but the kind that frees your time, your focus, and your choices. To own your life again, you have to unlearn what the world has taught you to desire. The car fades, the phone breaks, the status dies. But time is the only currency that never inflates. And yet, it's the one we spend the fastest. So maybe real success isn't being rich in money, it's being rich in silence. In freedom. In peace. That's the one thing the system can't tax, can't borrow, and can't fake. The empire of illusion will fall not because of a rebellion, but because of awareness. One person at a time, choosing not to play the game. And when enough people stop playing, the game ends. So before you scroll away, ask yourself this. What if the system isn't broken? What if it's doing exactly what it was built to do? And what if the real question isn't, how do we fix it? But how do we finally walk away? History doesn't need another hero. It needs witnesses, people who finally see the truth and dare to live differently. If this message resonated with you, don't let it fade into the noise. Subscribe and stay aware. Because the next chapter isn't written yet, and maybe, just maybe, you're the one who is meant to write it.